One of them is up to 5% of the total purchase price of the home. So, all right, let's take a step back. 5% is a huge deal. You can cover the down payment and most of your closing costs that way. The rate is a little bit higher, but you do pay for that because you're getting basically 100% financing on a new home. So that's a game changer for a lot of folks who really otherwise would not be able to buy a house today.
Exactly.
So that's something that I love trying to push to people and say, listen, you know, you don't have the down payment right now, but this is something that can change your life. At 5% down payment assistance is amazing. And I think we can definitely hit on all of these and break them down in another episode. But yeah, that's one that's really helpful. And I know that a lot of the government agencies offer grants and a few other things. But the big thing is, you know, what I have to offer is even more than what some of the government agencies offer for down payment assistance. So
I think that's really useful to a lot of people who, you know, don't have large savings.
So, Sophia, purchaser. So we talked about our last client's goals. So this is what Sophie's goals are. Walker, do you mind just explaining a little bit of what her goals are? I know we put it on the screen here. I know she wants a townhouse and she wants access to pools and parks for her daughter. And she wants at least 2 bedrooms, and she wants to keep the payment, if possible, below $2,100. Where do you think she's going to be able to do that? I think Summerville is a great area. It's really a great city. There's so much to offer there. I think so many people give Summerville a bad name. I know that I used to, because I'm from Mount Pleasant. Look at me, I'm a yuppie. But you know, the reality is that Summerville opens a lot of options for a lot of folks, and you know, downtown Summerville is really nice. There's a lot of great restaurants. There's a lot of good schools in Summerville as well. There's just a great community there. From when I've been up there and had friends, and we've hung out in different community spaces. So absolutely, I think Summerville and those other areas are good options for this buyer, specifically for Sophie. And I think the other thing to keep in mind when you have a client who's buying a home like this, or if you're a buyer who's interested in buying a home that needs a little work. I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but have you heard about the FHA renovation loans or rehab loans?
I have heard about it, but I do not know any specifics.
Yeah, so they're great, you know, so how it works, we also have construction ones. We can talk about that in another episode, but you know, how it works is you hire a licensed contractor and you say, okay, these are the items that need to be fixed before I'm able to move in. And it's up to 12 months of interest only payments. So you're not living in there, but you're paying interest only payments for up to 12 months or 13, depending on the letter of occupancy. And what that means is, hey, this home is livable. I can move in now. So it's a great option for people to take advantage of if they want to buy an older home that needs work and they want to make it into that dream home. It definitely opens that door too, especially in Summerville, Ladson, or Charleston. You know, hey, you want to get a steal and you want to buy it for $275,000 and you want to put $100,000 of work into it. Okay, you're pre-approved for $400,000. Let's do it. So that's something that can build equity immediately after the work's done. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think that's a great option. Also, one thing we had talked about at the beginning was townhomes. You know, one thing we should definitely be talking about with our clients, you as a realtor and me as a loan officer, is, hey, there are plenty of townhomes that fit in this criteria for both scenarios. So that opens more doors, especially if you're a newlywed couple, if you're a single person and you're trying to buy your first home. These townhouses are a lot more affordable and you can live in them and then build that equity up. And let's say you want to keep it as a rental property later. Hey, let's get you in there.
Exactly.